Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about, and I'm going to show you some lead skills to teach your dog to walk nicely on a lead. I've got 3 different examples here with 3 completely different dogs. The reasons that you want your dog to be trained to walk well on a lead is so that you can take them out more, so you're not embarrassed that something might happen. They may put us or themselves in danger. So today we're here in Kaipo Forest, really great space for training, especially if it's a new skill or something that you've been working on for a while and you want to get away from distractions. Obviously, we don't all have remote places that we can escape to for training our dogs. So if you don't, an empty oval with no one around, your backyard, your front yard, trying to just start the initial training away from distractions. The 3 different dogs I have, so Kayan is a rescue husky Samoyed mix. I've had him since he was quite young. Mavro is a mix of working and guarding breeds, but he has been blind since a young age, so that happened really early in his life, and we've had to adapt some of our training to suit that. Zuto is going to be our 3rd example because we're going to show different ways we can train different types of dogs. So we're going to talk a little bit about pain points now. The lead skills are a very difficult skill to teach, and throughout all my time doing in-person training and helping people one-on-one, it is the one thing that people struggle with the most. So just remember, just like everything else, it takes up to 3 months to build a habit. So one of the reasons why it doesn't work is because a lot of people give up, they give in too soon, they just decide it's not going to work and let the dog get away with it. Or they may be occasionally reinforcing the pulling, so the dog keeps doing it on the hope of the pulling. And also, don't be afraid if you need to reach out for different equipment to help you in the training stages. It does take a lot of consistency and a lot of practice to get good lead skills, because it goes against a lot of the dog's natural instincts, which are to pull ahead. So if you are really struggling with the lead skills and you want a bit of extra help, we do have a detailed training video in ABT Plus in our online forum, and we also have a video in there about equipment, so you can get lots of tips and help with what sort of equipment may help you during that training process. So the first dog we're going to start with today is Zuto. Zuto is a Kelpie and a range of other working breeds. So the working breeds are a little easier to train, but they have other downfalls. So even though the initial training and obedience is much easier, the other downfalls are that they struggle to switch off and they have a heightened stamina. So there's other areas you'd need to work with. So one of the first tips about walking, teaching a nice lead skills, is to not reinforce or encourage the pulling. So often they pull and they continue pulling because they get what they want for pulling. We continue to walk in that direction. So just remembering, we don't want to reinforce the pulling. We don't want to encourage them that gets them what they want. Think about how you're holding the lead. Hold it central to your body. If you've got a working breed, just a light reminder, a little tap on the lead should be enough. And then as you walk, yes. Rewarding the not pulling, yes. So this is one method you can use, which is basically we're free shaping it. We're letting him make a decision, yes. And we're reinforcing the right decision, which is that we've got slack in the lead, a nice loop, and lots of eye contact, yes. If he did pull ahead again, we would just stop walking and a little tap, yes. And then reinforce him for the right behaviour. So the next dog we're going to show you is a husky. And so huskies are a little bit harder to train because they care a lot more about the bond and the relationship with you. So you do have to check in and make sure you guys have some sort of relationship going before you run into the training. So one technique you can use is stepping backwards to get him with you and then reinforcing when he's with you again. Yes. And so some of the pros and cons of the huskies: they are very, very loyal, easygoing dogs, but more independent natured. So there's a lot more working on teaching them to enjoy the training and to feel like it was their idea. So they don't like to just be given commands, they like to feel like they're a part of the decision-making process. So the final example we have is Mavro down here. So Mavro is my blind dog. He lost his sight at a very young age, so he does have special needs, but we've made a huge, huge effort to ensure that he lived a normal, healthy life and didn't miss out on the same things my other dogs do, and just being a dog and being happy. So I'll show you with him some skills and some ways we had to adapt our normal training. Obviously there's a lot of other needs, special needs that your dogs may be faced with, so we can see dogs that are deaf, we may see dogs with behavioural concerns, that does adapt the way you train and that you have to modify things, but any dog can learn any skill that you need, so don't let their downfalls restrict their life. Because of his blindness, not being able to see, we did have to rely a lot more on sounds. Mav, back here, back here. So I tap my leg to show him where I want him, yes. And when he was first training, I used a cat bell that he would follow as a target instead of a food lure, yes. And now he remembers to hear, yes, where I am for the walking. So a little bit different in the training method, but you can see we still got the same result with him. For him, we also did have to work a lot more on building our trust and building that relationship and those solid foundations, so he knew that he could always trust in me, and it made him want to work more for me while still keeping some independence. Thanks for watching, everyone. Good luck with your lead training journey. Click on this video if you'd like to further your training. Thanks, everyone.